Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki, Srila Jagannath Swami Maharaj ki, Jai Shri Rup Sri Sanatan Bhattar Raghunath Ji Gopal Bhattar Saraghunath Sahaj Goswami ki, Srila Haridas Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Nama Hare Nama Hare Nama Eva Kevalam, Gaurava Nasteva 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 Gatiranyata. Hare Krishna. So we're continuing speaking.
Make sure it doesn't cover people so you can see.
It is covered. Which one? This one?
Both, and you and the. So maybe you can sit differently, so.
No, it's better to read and to move it.
But then it's not good for taking. That's the important thing right now. So we can sit differently.
Okay. And still English? You speak in English?
English, yes? What, yes or no?
Nein? Deutsch? Deutsch?
She didn't learn since yesterday.
Okay.
She didn't learn.
Okay, das geht nicht so schnell, hä? Deutsch?
Ja, wir müssen die meisten verstehen. Er versteht nicht richtig Deutsch. Ich weiß nicht. Verstehst du richtig Deutsch?
Das
100%?
Nein, nicht zu 100%, aber
Okay. Also,
80%? 90%?
Englisch, ne?
Okay, aber du kein Deutsch. Nur ein bisschen doch?
Ja, ich kann
50%?
Ich
50?
kann Deutsch, ja.
so. Kannst du mal aufhören? This is my boss. Telling me everything I have to do, say,
Okay.
do.
And sometimes the children, they tell the parents what to do. When the parents are old,
Yes.
then the children are grown up, they will tell the parents what to do.
First the parents tell them and then
And
they
then the-
learn and say,
yeah.
this is how I have to do it.
Yeah. Then the children tell the parents. That's how it is.
Könntest du übersetzen? The problem, she could translate, but she has to watch her child.
Who is coming and going?
Who's going to come any moment and watch her
okay.
this, so.
And before, you were translating before? Yeah? Okay, now you're tired or?
I cannot see you because of the cameras.
Oh, I see,
You
okay.
have to go there.
Yeah, I should go on the second line.
Mhm. Then she can go there. Yeah,
She,
that solves the problem. Okay, good, fine. Hare Krishna. So,
Nochmal Englisch.
huh?
Jetzt nochmal auf Englisch.
English.
English, yeah.
Sie wieder besetzen.
We're set.
Okay, we are set. So, yes, so we're continuing where we stopped yesterday about the service to the deity, known as Ijja. All the seva from morning till evening. Just briefly we'll explain. For example, in the big temples we wake up the deities at 3:36 or 3:40, 3:45, something like that. Some places 3:36. Why? Because it is mentioned in scriptures that Krishna's activities are divided in 8 during the day and night. And Mahaprabhu is also known as Ashtakalya Leela. Ashtakal. 8 parts are there of Krishna's pastimes during the day and the night. So, the first is known as Nisha Antalila, the end of the night. Nishanta. That is from 3:36 till 6 o'clock. So Mahaprabhu is taking rest at home. Radha Krishna, they are taking rest somewhere in one of the forests of Braj. And so they have been up till 1 o'clock, Mahaprabhu chanting and dancing, and then he's going home and his associates, Radha Krishna and Rasa Lila or Nikunji Lila, and then they take rest somewhere. The gopis have made a flower bed for Radha Krishna. So they took rest 2.5 hours, almost 3 hours, and then it is time to get up and to go back home for Radha Krishna. So Vrinda Devi, she is very much instrumental in the pastimes. So she's telling the parrots. The parrots there, they can talk in Golok Vrindavan. Of course, even here sometimes we see parrots are talking a little bit. Sometimes we saw video, devotees are teaching the parrot. And parrots are saying, Haribol, Haribol, or Krishna, Krishna. Or sometimes, how are you? And then people say, fine, and how are you? I am fine. So something, the parrots, they can talk a little bit in this world. But in the spiritual world, the parrots, they can glorify Krishna and Radharani very nicely. So the male parrots and female parrots are there. Shuka. Shuka is the male parrot and female is Sari. Shuka and Sari.
Sari.
Yes. In Hindi we say Tota, that is generally, but the male is Shuk and the female is Sari. So the male parrots, they are glorifying Krishna. The female parrots are glorifying Srimati Radharani. And by the way, like we all have names, so everyone in Golok has a name also. Even all the birds, all the cows and all the calves, and Krishna's father has 900,000 cows. Of course, everything belongs to Krishna ultimately, and they all have a name. And Krishna, he has a japamala, but he's not chanting Hare Krishna. he's counting the actually pearl japamala with 108 beads because the 108 groups of cows. So he's counting. The first group is there and he knows the group leaders and the name. Like the white cows, so one of the leader is there, Hangsi. Hunts like a swan, female Hangsi, white cow. And then the cow will come and all the other cow and the herd will come. So in this way he's counting to see if all the cows are here, the group leaders. And that means if the group leader is there, the other cows will be here. Everyone has name. The parrot also, all the parrots. So one of the parrots' name is, the male parrot, Daksha. Daksha means expert. He's expert at glorifying Krishna. He can speak about Radharani also, but he prefers to speak about Krishna. And the female parrots' name are, one is Manju Bhashini. Manju Bhashini. Bhashini speaking very sweetly. Other one is Shobha, auspicious. So they are glorifying Radha Krishna in this way, hoping that Radha Krishna will get up. But Radharani, in embrace with Krishna, and still tired, transcendently tired, she's telling the parents, be quiet, be quiet. Of course they have to be quiet, they have to follow. And then what to do, but they have to get up. Sunrise is soon. There are monkeys there also. Here we see the monkeys in the zoo, right? In Vrindavan, you can see the monkeys everywhere. And they steal the glasses. Anyone got glasses stolen in Vrindavan? You got, yeah.
Yeah, I have a far story.
And sometimes they take even the bean bag, they take if you have fruits, and suddenly you see people, they have fruits and they don't know, they're new. And suddenly, the fruits are gone. The monkeys. His bean bag. Yours, bean bag. Huh? And your glasses? Nothing. Okay, not yet. But you're ready. Your glasses are gone? Yeah, mine also. And usually I keep the old ones, glasses.
Need to do the same.
Yeah. So one time I was going and they took the gold glasses and they were thinking they will get something. I say, Hari Bol, I don't need these glasses anymore. Now in Golok, nobody has glasses. No need.
A very short story.
Yes, sure. Yeah.
My husband got his glasses stolen from his face.
Yes.
Was gone, and the monkey went on the roof,
Uh-huh.
looking like this, holding the glasses.
Yeah. And you have to give some cookies.
Yeah, so
Fruity.
we sent him cookies, a package of cookies. So he had was looking, spinning the glasses, caught the cookies, and still looking. So then he put the glasses on the edge of the roof and looking. So we sent him second package. He got second package. Then he looked around and we saw that's it. Now he's going to go. Still the glasses are sitting here. You know what he did? He looked there. He took the glasses, pushed them down and ran away. So he got the glasses back.
Nice. Yeah. And sometimes, even in temple, recently also, one of the monkeys took. Fortunately, I had some Krishna Balaram Mahaprasad with me, some sweet. So I threw first one sweet, and he grabbed that also. Then I threw the second sweet, and he grabbed that also, and then I grabbed my glasses. So, yeah. Anyway, so in Golok, the monkeys are there, but they don't steal. Braje prasedam navanita choram kupangananam chadukula choram kupangananam chadukula choram choragaganyam purusham namani. Famous Choragaganya Purushastakam, glorifying Krishna, Adipurush Krishna, who is known as a butter thief. He's stealing the butter. Of course, he's stealing, that is the pastime, but actually he's not stealing, because he's the Supreme Lord and everything belongs to him. And especially gopis are churning butter with the hope that Krishna will come. They're churning the butter and then thinking, I hope Krishna will come and then I will give him some butter. So Krishna, okay, yes, I will come. But I will not ask you for the butter, I will steal the butter. So just like a child is there in the house, the child, of course, the Mahafridge is there, right? And the Bhoga, you tell the children, you can take the Maha from the Mahafridge, and they don't have to ask. So Krishna, everything belongs to him. So according to Tattva, consideration of the absolute truth, Krishna is stealing and not stealing. So, and also the monkeys, when Krishna is taking some butter, is distributing them also. And there's one monkey, his name is Dadi Loba. Loba means he's greedy. For Dadi, that is Dahi. He likes Dahi yogurt. So, and get there. So the male monkeys are usually with Krishna, the female with Radharani. So there's one elderly female monkey, her name is Kakati. Kakati. And so Vrindadevi calls, Kakati, come here. You have to wake up. The divine couple, we have to go home before sunrise, because everyone will get up and they shouldn't be seen.
And they were going to see that she's not there.
Yeah. So then Kakati is there and she's saying, Jatila, Kutila are coming. So the so-called sister-in-law and mother-in-law of Srimati Radharani. And they hear that immediately they get up and they get their clothes and they go back home. And then they take rest at home.
They lie down and then you go.
Yeah. And then Maria Yashoda, Krishna, it's time to get up. Oh, I'm tired. I'm still tired. And then she says, oh, she sees one red mark here. What is this red mark there? And the Madhu Mangala is there. Oh, one parrot beat Krishna on the cheek. But we know some other reason why it is little red. Gopis are kissing Krishna. And yeah, so they're back home, and so that is from 3:36 till 6 o'clock. And then, so therefore this time we wake up the deities in the temple and we have Mangalatik. And the second part is known Prataha Leela. That is the morning, early morning, just after sunrise, from 6 o'clock till 8:24. And this time, so it's time to take the bath. So Krishna is in Nandagaon, and then Maria Yashoda is telling Krishna, now you take bath, and some friends may be there of Krishna, or even some gopis are there who are from Nanda Baba's family side. Like, so they're very friendly towards Krishna. But they don't have the conjugal relationship, but they have to help and serve. The Nishtant and Kundalat are there and they're helping. Krishna is taking bath and then he's getting dressed up and they're helping him. And Radharani is in Varshana, she's taking bath. And the gopis are there. Lalita, Vishaka, Rupa Manjari, Rati Manjari, and they're helping her in taking bath and putting oil on her body and fragrant oil, and then bathing her with fragrant water also, and then helping her in getting dressed up and decorated. But sometimes they want to go to the Jamuna and take bath there. So Krishna is sending a message to Radharani. So sometimes he's asking his friends, the younger friends like Subal, to go and bring the message where to meet. Or sometimes they have like the parrots or the pigeons or dove, and they've like we had sometimes devotees have kavacha, I think a kavacha, or sometimes they have like the Mahaprasadam, some or some dust of Vrindavan, or some lotus, or some flower petals, or some tulsi from Krishna's lotus feet, or maybe Bindi of Radharani in a small container known as kavacha. Yeah, for protection. You want to, what is it, Nishinga or just some holy articles? Rishika Kavacha from Mayapur. So then they have it here and they write a small load and put it there and the birds will bring it. Or sometimes through Subal, if it's a bigger letter, then there's a kind of box, a small box round, maybe this long. And you put a message in there and that is being sent. Even that you can get in the shops also. When I was doing the seva, so one time I saw a box and I bought it for Srimati Radharani, so she can send a message to Krishna. And like for example, we have in Almira, and when I was doing every day the seva for Radheshan, then I had, for example, bindis, sindoor, kajal, and the thing which they put on the feet, sometimes the lady alta, all these things.
Red. Huh?
Yeah, red. Yeah. So I'm skipping all these things so Radharani can do the decoration of the gopis and manjaris.
I give Lady Subhadra small pockets, nice pockets, like money bags or something. In the material world, they make sometimes beautiful things.
Right.
And I buy it for Subhadra and I put money and then I give it to her.
Okay.
And she has a nice pocket bag
Acha.
and money to buy something.
Yeah. So of course, usually we do what is mentioned there in the scriptures, what she's keeping, like for example, hairpins and the clip to keep the hair together in the back, or sometimes the hair is in front, the rubber to tie the hair together. Of course, then we have other jewelry, also earrings and necklace, all these things. So that we keep on the altar, many nose rings, and then she's being decorated. So sometimes they meet at the Jamuna. Krishna tells his mother, today I want to take bath in the Jamuna with my friends, the younger friends. Okay, you can go. And Radharani tells her mother, that I want to take bath with my friends, Lalita Vishaka, in the Jamuna today. Okay, you go, and then they meet there, they take bath there together in the Jamuna, and then they're being decorated, and then they go home. So that it is this time. So the pujari then, when he's doing the seva, then so he has to, of course, in the beginning, so Krishna is God and this is his eternal consort, Srimati Radharani. But then later on, then you can meditate. So Krishna is in Nandagown, and Mother Yashoda is doing the bathing, or and like this. So some meditation can be there. Or they have met at the Jamuna, so they take bath and then we're dressing them. So two kinds of seva to the deities also. One is just archan, so formal worship, that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, Adi Purush, and Radharani is Adi Shakti, or Mool Lakshmi, Adi Saraswati, the original goddess of fortune, Aladini Shakti, the pleasure potency. And so then, yes, so but then when we have purified consciousness and we have heard about Krishna's pastimes, then we can sometimes remember while we're doing the seva. And always in that mood that actually the gopis are there, the manjaris are there, and the spittle master is there as a Sakhi as we chant Nikunji Yunoratikeli Siddhai Yayali Bhirutira Peksaniya. The spittle master, not in this form as we know as Prabhupada, is not there in Golok in this form, no, he's there as a gopi or manjari. So that is there. So, and so we are going to speak about the puja now also. And then we speak later also about the different, or we can go through the day and then after we go back to the puja. So when they have taken bath and they're being dressed and they go home, and then so it's time to get ready for the breakfast. So Radharani, she's going to Nandagown every day to cook for Krishna. So that is like maybe 7 o'clock, 7:30, and goes till 8. And then Krishna will take his breakfast. From 8:24 till 10:48, that is known Purvana Lila, forenoon pastime.
That is the third one, right?
The third one, yeah. And it's always 2 hours and 24 minutes. Of course, so many pastimes are there in the spiritual world and this world. But we just speak the essence or just a few pastimes. Because if we speak all pastimes, we'll be there till evening. But we're supposed to stop at 2:30. Yeah, longer even, yeah. So, Radharani is cooking many preparations. And so this is in the palace, Nanda Maharaj's palace, the kitchen is there and then there's a dining room there. So Radharani is cooking and Balaram's mother is also cooking, Rohini. Maria Yashoda sometimes cooking something, but she's supervising everything. So because big palace and all the servants are there, they have to be engaged just like the temple. Right, Mataji, you have to manage everything. You can cook not everything, right? Sometimes. So Maria Yashoda is supervising. Temple president. In Nanda Bhavan, the queen. The queen of Prajya. So big house, so she has to organize everything there. And so Nanda Baba then is sitting down and sometimes one of his brothers is coming. And then Krishna, Balaram, and sometimes some of the friends are there. And so Radharani is just in the kitchen and the servants. Radharani is not bringing herself, but the servants are bringing there inside. And then Yashoda, she's checking and, oh, Radharani made that, and then Krishna will take. And from the face you can understand how it is. Smiling means it's good. Okay. So there are windows there to the dining hall. So Radharani sometimes she's going to the window to see how Krishna is tasting the nice offering. So servant is bringing one plate of ladus, which Radharani made. Manohar Ladu, they're called. Manohar. So, man means the mind, har means to steal the mind. That's so tasty. Wow! So Krishna knows that Radha is looking through the window. And then so he's taking one laddu, looking at the laddu, smiling, putting slowly in the mouth and, oh, not nice. And Radharani, what did I do wrong? And he's putting the plate to Sridham, the elder brother of Radharani. You try that laddu. I didn't like it. What happened? And then Sridham is taking laddu, eating, and oh, so nice, and taking a second one. Then Radharani understood that Krishna is joking. And then Sridham is joking, Krishna is joking, Radharani is joking. So, wonderful pastimes. And then, actually, there's a song by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhajabhakata Vatsala Sigura Hari. So, this traditionally chanted like in Mayapur also, and the Gaudiya Vaishnava is usually noontime, because the biggest offering is usually noontime for the temple, Raj Bhog, because kingly offering, kingly seva is there to the deities, Supreme Lord. But actually, this is a description of the breakfast offering, because noontime, Krishna is not at home. First he's there with the Gopas, and then he's going somewhere else. I will tell you where he goes. So that description is from the breakfast, which is the biggest offering, because Krishna is going to be out all day. And so Mother Yashoda, she's making also lunch bag. Like many times for the children, the mother is also making lunch bag when they're going to school. So there's a lunch bag there because Krishna will be out with some nice preparations. So Krishna is eating nicely, and then sometimes, of course, not every day is the same thing going on. There's always variety there. Sometimes Krishna is eating very nicely, and after the nice breakfast, he's taking a little rest in his room. And then he's going out. And even there's a room for Srimati Radharani next to the kitchen, because after cooking, she needs to rest also a little bit. And her friends, they will take some of the remnants, they will eat a little prasad, and then they also take a little rest. Sometimes the Gopas, they come early. Hey, Krishna, let's go. We have to take out the cows and the calves. And Krishna, yes, I'm coming. But then Maria Yashoda is saying, no, you didn't eat enough. You have to eat more. And then, okay, and then Krishna is eating more, then he's saying, oh, I'm too full, I cannot eat more. And then he's going. And sometimes Maria Yashoda, she's saying, no, Krishna, now you stay at home today. We can send, we have many servants, many Gopas are here, they can take out the cows. There are many Gopas there. Because she has so much love, she doesn't want Krishna to be separated from Krishna. But then Nanda Baba is saying, no, he's a coward boy, he's a gop, he has to go out every day. Okay, then she has to obey. And then he's going. And then she's looking.
And besides, there are demons out there.
Yeah.
Also,
Demons.
she's very worried when he goes, what's going to happen to him?
And then also, there are towers also there. Big kind of tower. And then Maria Yashoda is sending one of the servants up to see where Krishna is and what's happening. And if he needs something, then he comes down and tells Maria Yashoda that she's sending some servant. One time it was hot, and so Maria Yashoda was thinking, I should have an umbrella for Krishna. And there are many pebbles on the road, and Krishna is walking barefoot. So she said, you should take we'll give you shoes, padukas, like for the deities, paduka. And we'll give one servant with an umbrella, so you're not bothered by the sun. And then Krishna, is most kind and sensitive, then saying, okay, what about the cows and the calves? They're also feeling hot, and there are also pebbles for them. So we should have a kind of shoe for them, and one servant for each cow and calf with an umbrella. When you can supply that, then I will also take. Otherwise, I will not. Okay, then she gave up the idea. And so Krishna is going down. And then Madhyana Lila, 10:48 to 3:36. That is double the amount. 4 hours, 48 minutes.
What's the name?
Madhyana Lila. Madhyana. So that is the noon pastime.
Middle.
Yeah, middle. Yeah, middle pastime. That is bigger time.
4:30.
Yeah, 10:48 till 3:36. Yeah. So Krishna is playing with his friends. Different games are there. And by the way, sometimes Krishna is killing a demon. And then Krishna suddenly says to the other boys, I have to go somewhere. Okay, I'm just coming back. That we know, I'm just coming back just now. But then Krishna is staying away quite long. But they are absorbed in playing, and he goes to meet Rani and the gopis at Radha Court. And they perform their noon pastimes there. And playing in Radha Court or Shama Court, splashing water at each other. Or there's a jewel and also there's a swing there. So many times they swing for some time. They play some game of dice. So different games are there. So spending quite some time. And sometimes there's some refreshment they're giving Krishna. And sometimes Krishna is saying, okay, I'm a little tired, I will take a little rest. And he's lying down and then he's hearing what the gopis are talking about him. What they're talking about him, about his beauty, how beautiful he is, how nice dress he has, and like this. But then after 10 minutes, Krishna is jumping up and they
10
continue.
minutes.
Yeah, he doesn't sleep much. How he can sleep?
Interesting.
Yeah. And Mahaprabhu also, actually Mahaprabhu, for example, after he wakes up, then he will take bath in the Ganges sometimes at home, and he's remembering Radha Krishna. He's taking breakfast cooked by Satyamata or Vishnu Priya or Lakshmi Priya, and then he goes to meet his friends and they talk about. Of course, when he's with Nityananda, he's talking about Krishna Balaram, about the Gopas and the cows. When he's with Gadadhar, then he will speak about Radha Krishna. And then they do kirtan on the bank of the Ganges. And sometimes he may take a noontime bath. So, and then the afternoon, so 3:36, Aparana Lila, afternoon pastime, Aparana Lila, 3:36 till 6 o'clock. So it is time to go back home. Maria Yashoda she's already anxiously waiting. And then Krishna sometimes is running towards home, and then Balaram also. And then when Krishna and Balaram are running, then all the gopas are also running, and all the cows are also running.
Makes a lot of dust.
Makes a lot of dust, and actually cloud is formed. That is known as Goduli. Goduli Samai, just before sunset. That is considered very auspicious. Even now in India, so mostly when there's a marriage ceremony, they will do in the evening, and they choose Goduli Samai. Of course, many they do nighttime also, but we as Vaishnavas, we don't do it night. So Goduli is very auspicious. And so we were explaining about taking bath. We have to take bath to become cleansed. Varun Snan. So if one is covered with the dust, which is raised by by the by the the dust of Braj or anywhere, which is raised by the cow's hooves. So if one is bathed with that, that is known as Goduli Snan. Goduli Snan. That is auspicious, especially in Braj. If you are covered with Braj Raj, it is auspicious. But anywhere actually, because the cow is considered auspicious. So there are different snan, and sometimes the sadhu, they take the mud from the bank of the river and they put that on their body. That is partiva snan. So sometimes you're doing the seva, there's a festival, many people are there, and then the pujari should not be touched by outside people. But sometimes it happens, then you don't have time to take bath. Then you do mantra snan. You chant some mantras, Om Pavitra Pavitra Va, remembering the Lord. Or you do again Achman, so that is mantra snan. We don't have to take bath again because we don't have time. And there's one divya snan, divine bath. Yeah, it is when it is raining, the sun, it is raining, the sun is shining, and there's a rainbow. That is divya snan. It happens in the West. I was just in America, in New York. Actually, I went to New Jersey for one podcast. There's one devotee, Namras, famous doing podcast, so he invited me. And on the way back to New York, then it was raining. And the sun was shining, and there were actually two rainbows there. Because we were in the car, so the car got bathed, the car got blessed. But when we opened the window, we put our hand out to take some of the water and put on our head. Divya Snan. One time I was in Pune also. Vrindavan also sometimes, but rarely, because it doesn't rain so much. But one time I was in Pune also, it was raining, the sunshine, and the rainbow was there. Switzerland also many times we saw. So that is auspicious. Anyhow, so they're coming back, Krishna Balaram and Maria Yashoda is already waiting, and then we explained yesterday that she's telling him to take bath and he has to change the dress. And then after 6 o'clock till 8:24, that is known as Shayan Lila. And that is, so Krishna is back, he has came back, he's milking the cow for 5 minutes, and that is the evening meal. So Maria Yashoda and Mother Rohini are cooking, and Radhani is at home and she's preparing something at home and giving to some of the gopis, sending it to Nanda Bhavan for Krishna. Some salty item, some sweet item. And then after the evening meal, so there's some entertainment has to be there. So kalakara are there, some artists are there dancing or doing some acrobatic performance, or professional jokers are there. So even Madhu Mangal, Krishna's good one of his friends, he's actually from a Brahmana family, Sanipani Muni's son, is also known as a big joker, Madhu Mangal. He's good at making jokes. You're a joker also? No? Okay. Krishna is a joker.
Yes, indeed. Very naughty joke.
Yeah. And yeah, devotees also jokers sometimes. Not everyone, but some. Yeah. Anyway, then some performances there, and then it's time to take a rest. So Maria Yashoda is telling, you take some milk and then you take rest. Then little Krishna telling Maria Yashoda, Maya, please tell me some story. You have to tell some story. Okay, I should tell some story. Okay, taking some book and then reading about
Krishna's pastime.
reading about Prahlad Maharaj. How Prahlad Maharaj, his father is there. Hiranyakashipu trying to kill him various ways, and Krishna is listening. Oh, okay. And then one point she's coming, that Hiranyakashipu is asking Prahlad. So she's reading. So where is your Bhagavan? And Prahlad, he's everywhere. He's everywhere? No. Well, yes, he's in your heart, he's in my heart. No, it's not in my heart. What nonsense you're talking. So he's in the pillar? Yes, he's in the pillar. And she's reading, he's taking out his sword, and then he's smashing the pillar, and then Krishna jumps up, roar, like the Shingadev. And then she's becoming perplexed. How he knows that Nishingadev is appearing. And she becomes bewildered, and then she becomes very tired also. And then she said, Krishna, I'm very tired. And Krishna is saying, I'm also tired now. Now we will take rest, and everyone is taking rest. So different times, different stories.
What time is it at that time?
It's around 10 o'clock. Yeah. So 8:24 till 10:48, that is known as Pradosh Lila, Pradosh. 8:24 till 10:48. Then everyone is sleeping. So even there's some chokidars also. Some doorkeepers are there, but usually they sleep also. Even in India, some people are working during the day and the night to make some extra money, they become chokidar, but then they sleep half of the night. Even in our temple, Prabhupada, he put a bell to give the time, and because, in the Western churches have bell, because of that. In some temples, they have a small bell at the entrance, but Prabhupada has a big bell. And they had to ring the bell every hour to see the time and to keep the chokidar awake. One time, 11 o'clock, Prabhupada, so he was up translating, and the servant was sleeping, and he has Swiss watch, Rolex. 12 o'clock, he's not ringing the bell. Calling the servant, get up. Yes, Prabhupada, what's happening? The chokidar didn't ring the bell. You should go and check. He must be sleeping. And of course he was sleeping, so he woke him up. So everyone is sleeping in Braj also. So Krishna is getting up, making sure nobody is watching. And he already had sent a message to Radharani where to meet. And Radharani also being careful and getting up and then leaving the place. So when it is full moon, Purnima Tithi, then at night time the moon is there. So therefore, for the deities also, when the Purnima Tithi is there, we have a white dress, according to the pastime. So Radha Krishna, they go out and everything is white, and also Radharani is fair complexion, but Krishna is dark color. So what to do?
The problem.
Yeah, little problem, but Krishna is very smart. He arranged some sunroof paste, and he put the sunroof paste on his face, on his arm, so that now in case somebody felt, nobody will see him, and then he's meeting. On the dark moon, night, Amavasya, everything is black. And usually no electricity is there in Braj. At that time, no need of electricity. Sometimes they have the ghee lamps are there burning, but so this dark, and Krishna is putting on a black colored dress, and Radharani also. And Krishna is all in black, no problem. But Radharani is fair in complexion, what to do? So she has the kajal, which the ladies put around the eyes, so they become more beautiful. Sometimes they put for the children, so she puts some on the hands, and then also on the face. And she has the ankle bells, and she's tying them actually so that nobody can hear. The ankle bracelets with the bells, she's tying with some cloth, putting some cloth on top. And when she's reaching at the one place, so then of course the gopis also there, and Then they are again helping Radharani to get ready to meet Krishna, to clean her face and doing some decoration. And so that is the night pastime. From 10:48 till 3:36, again the double time. 10:48 till 3:36, Ratri Lila. So these are the pastimes. But yeah, so basically, therefore, Prabhupada woke up the deities early, and but then at no time we put them to rest because some kingly worship is there also, and like Lakshmi Narayan, they take some rest. Rukmini Dwarkadish, they may take some rest. But as mentioned, Krishna and Mahaprabhu actually are not taking rest, or very little. But in the temple, because the pujaris are up since morning till noon time, then they're a little tired, and then they have the big Rajbhog prasadam, they eat nicely, and then aram kamamna, time to take some rest, and they lie down. And also the temple has to be cleaned, because all the visitors were there. So we put the deities to rest for 2 hours or so. But in reality, they don't really sleep. So at the night time also. So, I mean, Gora Artik we do like 6:37 usually. But according to the past time, Gora Artik in Gaur Lila is like 8:30. And then, yes, and then, so Mahaprabhu was out, he's coming back, and then he takes the dinner, and then he's going to Shiva's Angan. And they have Aarti around 8:30. And they worship Mahaprabhu, and then Mahaprabhu is standing up. And Swami step, like Prabhupada was doing, Swami step, and devotees are doing. That is actually Mahaprabhu's step also. He's dancing like that. In the beginning, one. So and then the arms up and dancing and very softly and chanting softly. The kirtan leader also chanting and dancing softly. Mridanga kantas are there. But as time goes by, then they chant little more loudly, more fast, and the dancing more up and down. And after like midnight, very loud chanting the holy names and dancing, Mahaprabhu jumping up and down till almost 1 o'clock. And then he seeing that the other devotees are tired and he's slowing down, and then everyone goes back home and takes rest. So these are the wonderful pastimes, and they say, of course, because we are not yet so exalted, so we have to take rest early. So we put the deities to rest like 8:30. Shainatik is there, and after that we have the night rest, and then by 9:50, 9:30, the deities are taking rest because the pujari has to take rest. And they have to get up early for Mangalatik, and we cannot keep up with Krishna's schedule or Mahaprabhu's schedule. So the Acharya has adjusted the schedule of the deity seva so that we can manage to do the seva. So gradually we can advance. So, and also yeah. So now we will speak a little bit about the puja, the most important seva.
So,
Yes.
do we follow the same or similar pattern also for Jagannath deity
Yeah,
in all the temples?
the same. Yeah, same. Yeah. So, yeah, now we will discuss about the puja, the most important seva. So pujari is ready, he's taking bath, clean cloth. He has prepared the puja plate. So two things are there, one is the bathing and one is the dressing. And usually we have big deities and small deities, like for Gonitai or Radheshyam, Krishna Balaram. Because the big deities, we are not bathing every day. Actually, only when they're installed, we are bathing the big deities, otherwise not. But we are bathing the small deities, known as Vijay Vigraha or Utsav Vigraha. So the pujari, so usually one pujari is doing the small deities and one pujari is doing the big deities. So pujari is keeping everything ready at Mangalatik time, and then after Mangalatik, after having done Achman chanting mantras for purification, he goes inside, he cleans the floor, he cleans the table, and then, so he's bringing in the bathing plate and all the paraphernalia, and he's putting it there, and actually once the pujari is sitting down, is not supposed to get up. Even if somebody is calling, hey Krishna Das, I have to talk to you. He cannot go. He has to say, no, I have to do my seva, I cannot go. In the temple. At home is something else. At home, Prabhuji is there, and so then he is doing the seva, and sometimes a guest may be coming, and if nobody else is there, then he has to attend to the guest. Or let's say the child is crying, the mother is, his wife is saying, oh, our little son fell down and blood is coming, and then she's calling him, then he may just say to the Lord, I'm sorry, but I just have to see what's happening to my child. But in the temple, we cannot do. In the temple, we have to do the seva. And that cannot be disturbed under any circumstances. So everything is ready there, and the pujari, he will establish again the simple worship and the elaborate worship. First of all, the pujari is sitting on an asan to do the puja. Elaborate worship, we establish the asan with the finger, with this part of the finger, I say the knuckle here, we make a sadcon, a star, two triangle, sadcon, 6-pointed star. And then we put the asan and we say Om Astraipat, Om Adara Shaktaya Namaha. So we purify that. And then we offer some flower petals to Prithvi Devi, to Mother Earth, and to the asan, showing the respect and to the earth and to the asan, so that we can do the puja. And then, for example, we do the same for the bell. We establish the bell and we worship the bell. We establish the conch shell in the same way with the star, and then we worship with chandan and flower petal, and the achman patra also for the Lord. That is in elaborate worship. In simple worship, you just put the items in a nice place, in convenient place, the bell on the left side, because you're using with the left hand. The Achman cup on the right side. So we have an Achman cup to purify our hand. We have an Achman cup to bathe the feet of the Lord. One to offer Argya, Madhupadka, Punarachmaniya. Different items are there, as explained. So everything is ready. And then first we have to do Guru Puja. That is the Guru Puja. So sitting down. In some places they have a separate room where they will do Guru Puja and they will go on the altar and then they worship Krishna. But for practical reason mostly, so we do inside the altar. Pujari, then there's a picture of the spiritual master, picture of Prabhupada, and then so you first do Guru Puja. So Guru Puja there done, like in elaborate worship, like for Prabhupada, we do full puja, like for the deities, elaborate, 16 articles. And so there, the first thing what one has to do, one has to chant mantras. Guru Stuti, glorification of the spiritual master. So also we understand, when we have the proper consciousness to properly worship the Lord. So for example, one mantra is there, of course, Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya and so on. Spirit Master has mercifully opened our eyes with the torchlight of knowledge to dissipate the darkness. So, and then, of course, Pranam mantra of the Spirit Master we can chant. But then other mantras are there. One, to remember the Spirit Master in Gaur Lila. Prataha Shiman Navadvipe Dvinetam Divujam Gurum Varabaya Prajansantam Smaretan Navampurvakam. So we remember the Spirit Master in Navadvip, situated at the feet of Mahaprabhu, ready to serve Mahaprabhu. And so there's a description there that he has a form just like Mahaprabhu as a youth, like 20 years old or 25. And so it is mentioned, Dvinetram Dibujam. So he has two eyes and two arms, just to explain he's like a human form, like Mahaprabhu. Varabhaya Pradam Shantam. So he's giving var, blessings, is bestowing abhay, fearlessness, because in the material world so many fearful situations are there. So we need the blessings, so we can be fearless in any circumstance and we can go on. Yeah, by the way, just in regards to fear, even as a devotee sometimes, so these emotions are there, just like in the material world, but Krishna is in the center, then it is spiritualized. But even sometimes the devotees are afraid, but then they remember Krishna. The last 2 nights I had to go to the bathroom, usually I go downstairs, and I'm just really hearing some sound. What is it actually? I didn't understand.
You know, Siebenschläfer, kennst du?
Siebenschläfer is a kind of animal?
Yes, it's something between a squirrel and a mice, something
Okay.
so special. And they are actually protected
Uh-huh.
because they are a species that are
Dying out.
And we have one here.
Okay.
And I was running around and I got caught in the cabinet.
Is it a cabinet?
We're glad that it's there
Okay.
because it's not running
Okay.
alone. But as soon as we have some time, we will take it out
Okay.
and bring it away.
So
I came and he was making lunch. It's eating up the whole
I
cabinet.
know.
So I went to him and said, "You stop this. You're going to ruin the cabinet. Just chant Hare Krishna." And he was quiet. Quiet for a long time.
Well, yes. I mean, last night and the night before, the first night I didn't have to wake up. I was so tired. So then I hear this noise. I'm thinking, why that is heavy noise? And in the beginning, I was thinking, maybe because it's very loud. I was thinking maybe some thief or something. So I remember Krishna, Krishna. And remembering the Spirit Master, yeah. But then I thought maybe it's a mouse or something.
Siebenschläfer.
Siebenschläfer. Ich muss mal nachschauen.
Special animal in this time of the year. Like I said, it's like it's almost like a squirrel.
Ja, ja.
It looks like a mouse in the color.
Well, 7 bedeutet 7 and Schläfer when we see sleeping.
Yeah, this means it also gives an indication what kind of weather is going to be in the coming
Okay.
years.
7 months and then it awaken.
It sleeps
For 7 months, or therefore it's not
wakes up,
Siebenschläfer.
no, wakes up.
Okay. And even last night, it was very loud. It was very loud.
But you don't hear it in the room.
No. I heard in the room.
In the room?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, not a problem. But because I was first a little bit thinking what's going on here, but then I thought it must be an animal. And I wanted to tell you, but now I just remember now, so I'm telling you now.
So I tell you another little story.
Okay, yeah, it's nice to hear stories, yeah.
You know, one day I took a 10 minutes nap because when you said Krishna 10 minutes, I said, oh, this is interesting because I taught her if she's tired, take a 10 minutes nap and then go on with your service.
Right.
So I was feeling like bewildered with a lot of things. Say, okay, I'm just gonna take a nap 10 minutes. And then I'm here. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Ram. And I'm thinking, outside there, somebody is chanting Hare Krishna out there. Strange chanting, you see. So I got up, looked outside, I couldn't find anybody. So I lie down again. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama. And when I woke up again, and there was a fly between the window and the curtain, got caught there and was flying. In my
Yeah.
hearing, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, yeah. That's what I was hearing.
Yeah. It happens. I was in America, and yeah. So there was one person just on a bicycle. We were going for a walk on a trail, and person on a bicycle, and he was saying something. I just heard Ram, and I said to my devotee who brought me there, "Did you hear? He said Ram." And then he said, "Why didn't he? He was saying something I couldn't understand." I said, "Well, I heard Ram." So, yeah, sometimes. So we hear Ram, or we hear, and then there was some music there, something. I said,
Singing over there is a
yeah.
kitchen.
I know, yeah. That we know. No, I was there in America. And then and somebody's chanting the Maha Mantra, and some kirtan is going on. And the devotee was saying, no, it's just some outside people, they're just chanting something.
So,
But we hear always the holy name.
yeah.
So, anyhow, so, yeah.
So when you said the other day, you said the, I don't remember, the animals also, they cannot exactly chant Hare Krishna. But
Except the parents.
they actually, if you listen to it, they actually
Yeah.
chanting Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. Sometimes even when Mahaprabhu was going through Jarikanda forest, the deer and the tigers, the lions were there, and like even the tiger was putting his arms up, and sound was there of Hare Krishna, something. So, and yeah, so the point was the spiritual master is bestowing blessings and fearlessness and peace, pradam shantam. So the description is there is Goli Landan, Radha Samaka Samsaktim, Sakhi Sangani Vasanim, Tamham Sataravande, Madhava Shivigraham. He's taking shelter of Madhav, but actually is there in the association of Srimati Radharani, the Sakhis, and is in the form of a Sakhi. So that is recited before we do the Guru Puja. So we know my spirit master is there, as I know him as Prabhupada or Guru Prasad Swami, whoever. But then they are there in Gaur Leela serving Mahaprabhu. And they are there in Krishna Leela and mostly serving Radha and Krishna. Not all, proper mention, not all the acharyas are gopis, but most of them. Some there may be gopas that may be there. And but most of the acharyas are gopis, that is explained. And then when we have this consciousness, then we can serve Gonitai. So first we do Guru Puja, and then usually we remember the previous acharyas. Especially we should remember Rupa Goswami. So there's one book, Manashiksha by Raghunath Das Goswami. There he's explaining, so we should take shelter. Instructions to the mind. Actually for us, these instructions are there. If you have read all of Prabhupada's books, it's a good book to read. Instructions to the mind, which we need, because the mind is going here and there. Because Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada said you can take a stick in the morning and beat the mind 100 times, and in the evening you take a shoe and beat the mind 100 times.
It's going to
yes, because you cannot just beat the mind. He will not listen or he will rebel. Just like if you're a child, you have to punish, but you cannot always beat the child. But then what you have to do is to speak nicely. And then you have to explain. So in this verses there, Raghunath Das addressing his mind for us to do so and saying, my dear mind, in the first verse, I'm begging to you. I'm speaking with sweet words. I'm touching your feet like the mind is a person. And please, with some affection, you take shelter with the spiritual master, you take shelter of the Brijabasis of Brajadham, you respect the Brahmanas and gentlemen of this world, you take shelter of the holy names and Gayatri Mantra and Radha Krishna, and then Sada Damba Hitva. Sada, always, for always, you give up pride. And in the second verse, he's saying, my dear mind, you take shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You take shelter of Sarup Damodar and Rupa Sanatana Goswami. So every day we should remember, especially we're known as Rupanuga Vaishnavas, we should remember Guru Goswami. And as practicing devotee, and then later on, then we purify consciousness, then we remember Rupa Manjari, who is there serving Srimati Radharani, serving the divine couple. And the spiritual master is there as a Sakhi under Rupa Manjari, who is the main. So this way then, when we have done Guru Puja and shown respect to the spiritual master, to the previous acharyas, to Rupa Goswami, then we can worship Gonitai. So when we do Gonitai Puja or Mahaprabhu or Gonitai or Panchatattva, first we have to remember the holy Dham. Navidvip Dham Dhyan. So we have to remember the holy Dham. Why? Because Mahaprabhu is there in the holy Dham. And actually, Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada, one time he was saying, without Dham Seva, no Nam Seva. So we have to remember the holy Dham. Then you can remember Krishna while chanting the holy names also. So therefore, that is so helpful to worship the deities. And then you every day you worship or you offer prayers to the Dham. And then you offer prayers before you worship Mahaprabhu. Then you offer prayers to Mahaprabhu. Nama Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gaurati Se Namaha. And so on. Or for example, Gonitai Vandasi Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sodhita Gaudadaya Pushpavanto Chitro Sando Tamonado. We offer respect to Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. Whoever risen simultaneously on the horizon of Gaudadesh to dissipate the darkness of this world, just like the sun and moon. Just like we see the sunrise, and when the full moon, day and night is there, the Purnima Tithi, then when the sunrise is there, you see the moon setting. Evening time, when the sun is setting, you see the moon rising. So you can see both. In the morning and the evening, the sun and the moon. So Mahaprabhu is compared to the sun and Nityananda Prabhu to the moon. So that looks very nice. So they've appeared. So you chant these prayers and then you have the proper consciousness to worship the Lord. And yes.
You mentioned without Nam Seva.
No Nam Seva.
No Nam Seva. So
yes.
Is there any verse or mantra to recite before chanting?
Before chanting? What you can do, of course, a pujari, he can know some verses. But if you don't know, then you can just do Jaikar. Navadip Dham Ki Jai. You can just, in this way, you can remember the Dham. And you chant Hare Krishna, and then in the mind, Navadip Dham Ki Jai.
I know to chant Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
Yes. Yes, that we chant also, yes. Yes, that we chant before we start. But then it's good to remember the Dham, that is Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada has mentioned. And therefore, when you do deity worship, then you chant this mantra in glorification of the Dham. In the temple, usually we do. At home, we may just say Jai Navadip Dham Ki Jai. And then you do the worship of Gonitai. And so you recite some prayers in glorification of Gonitai, or Mahaprabhu, or Panchatattva, or Sri Krishna Chaitanya. And so therefore, before chanting, we can chant Sri Krishna Chaitanya. And some devotees, they will do usually after every round. We can do it between also if the mind is going here and there. So in this way you can remember. So, we're chanting Hare Krishna, and it's not that nothing should be there. We chant and we hear, Of course, no garbage should be in there. We have to throw out all the garbage. I need this, I need that, I have this problem, that problem. That should be out. But then something should go in, or you bring something in. If you have Mahaprabhu in your consciousness, then there's no garbage there that will go out. So, so therefore, just like when you do the worship, then when you chant, you can, in your mind, you can say Nama Mahavadanyaya while you chant and hear. Then you will get the taste when you practice and you do. And it will be easier, otherwise the mind is going here and there. So slowly but surely. So, huh?
Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely it will happen, yes. If you practice. Therefore, deity worship is important. It will help. So you can chant nicely. And then you chant nicely, then you can worship better. So hand in hand it goes. And then, yeah, so the 16 articles are there. And then we'll explain when we go to Radha Krishna Puja, because 16 articles which are there, you may do Guru Puja for Prabhupada with the 16 articles, or we do Gauranga Puja, or Nishingadev Puja, or Jagannath Puja with 16 articles. That will explain in 5 minutes when we go to Radha Krishna Puja. Yes.
Prabhuji, is there maybe if we have a document or somewhere where these kind of prayers are there, that
Yes.
we could choose what are easy for me to remember, but at least if there is a collection, I can, if there is somewhere.
Yeah, we have a deity worship book in Vrindavan, which was compiled by me 30 years ago with the help of one devotee. So some prayers are there in English and in Hindi. Hindi is a little more elaborate. Yeah, so that is there. Yeah, still I'm supposed to give you 2 prayers. Yeah.
So there's a brochure for that is explaining these things, and then probably we can get it. I used to have one, but somehow probably somebody stole it from me or something. I don't know what happened. So we can provide a document to get some guidelines, because we cannot remember all this.
No, no.
So
Yeah.
there's a document by which we're going.
Right.
We have a document here, but it's very much simplified because we don't have so many pujaris and all these things. But there is original document and the document of what we're doing. So it's available, and if you remind me, we can send it to you.
And then we can give additional information also. And then you may include eventually. So, and then, yes. And also while we, for example, do the bathing of the deities, then we can chant different mantras and prayers or songs. Even we can sing when you're bathing the Lord. You can chant Goranga Bolite Habe Pulaka Sharira Hari Hari Bolite Nayane Babinira. और श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे तुम्हा बिना के दयालु जगत संसारे. And then we can chant the mantra also. So for Gonitai, when you do the seva, because again, otherwise the mind will just go here and there. So therefore the best thing is if you chant some mantras. And then after, for Radha Krishna, so there, we also again, we remember the Holy Dham, prayers are there also, Tato Vrindavanam Jai Paramananda Varalam, and so on. Or you can just at home in simple worship, you can just do Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. And then again, some praise and glorification of Radha Krishna. Of course, simple mantras are there, Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dino Bandho Jagatpade Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi, and so on. Or you can chant these 3 mantras for Sambandha, Videya, Prayojan, Gyan. Jaitam Saruto Pangor Mama Tamater Gati, Dibhavindra Kalpa Drumado, and so on. And other prayers are there. And there again, the same thing. While bathing, you can chant some prayers. Like, for example, what we do in Vrindavan, we chant the Brahma Samhita, or there's some Ashtakam in glorification of Krishna or Srimati Radharani. So that we may chant. Or again the Mahamantra while we do the seva.
For Srila Prabhupada and also for Guru Puja, is it only Manas Puja or is it like 16 real upacharas?
For example, in Vrindavan for Prabhupada, we have 16 upachars. 16, yeah. But at home you may do simple. You can just offer flowers, you chant the prayers, and you can do in your mind, or just say and think, now I'm offering this chandan. Iskconw Rmt Namaha. Imani Pushpani, then you offer the flowers and you say, and then Eshadupa in your mind, you offer incense. Like this you can do. If it is more elaborate, then you can offer the items, like in the temple. More elaborate, you have 16 articles for Prabhupada, just like for the deities. And he has his own plate, bathing plate, like we have the small Prabhupada Murti. One plate is there for Prabhupada, and then that is all offered. The ghee lamp and the incense, ghee lamp, and so bhoga is offered.
And this is the motive that is taken on
In the Samadhi, yes. In the Samadhi, we have that murti to that murti of Prabhupada. We offer the full puja. On the altar also, we offer full puja to Prabhupada and Bhaktisiddhanta. Okay? So the 16 articles are there. You had a question? She had a question?
Ich hatte eine Frage noch vom Anfang. Es hat mir sehr gefallen, wie diese Übertrag von diese verschiedenen Pujas, ja, am Tag verteilt, die Uhrzeit und die Uhrzeit und immer verbunden mit Geschichten. Kann man das, also mit Lieders, kann man das irgendwo nachlesen oder hören?
Die verschiedenen Lilas?
Ja, das ist so interessant.
Yeah, in Kurzform, so yes, if you can read that somewhere, all these Lilas. First you have to read the Bhagavatam. First you have to read the Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Thank you.
Yeah. But then there are some prayers by Rupa Goswami, where the Ashtakali Lila Stotram. Rupa Goswami, in short, he has given the 8 times during the day and what pastimes are happening. That you may read. These are just 8 verses. But the more elaborate, that you should not read now. But the books are there, but it's not for us to read now. I mean, I read many times the Prabhupada's books. I read 6 times the Srimad Bhagavatam in English, 2 times in Hindi. Chaitanya Charitamrita I read 12 times. I'm on the 13th time. In English and 2 times in Hindi. So, and then I read other books also. So after reading few times Prabhupada's books. And then as Prabhupada mentioned, then you can read Bhagavatamrita, Jaiva Dharma and other books. If you're more advanced, then you can read Govinda Lilamrita, Krishna Bhavanamrita. But these things are actually all what I'm saying is from the scriptures by the Goswamis. Like Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, he wrote this book, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and then he wrote Govinda Lilamrita, which is the pastimes of Radha Krishna during that day and night. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also wrote. And one of his disciples, Vishwanath, he wrote a book about the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which is performing during the day and the night. So because I like to read always, so I was able to read most of the books. But you have to wait first, you have to read Prabhupada's books.
Thank you for pointing this out.
Yeah, that is important.
Vielen, vielen Dank.
Okay, yes. So, but in brief it is explained, so we can get some idea. But I told in brief also, so you get some idea. So the nectar is waiting, but first you have to do some hard work also. You have to qualify, do a lot of seva, and read all the books first, which have to be read, like Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. So, yeah, so then So now we'll explain the puja a little more. So 16 articles are there. First is the welcome of the Lord, Swagat. And for this, first you offer an asan, that is a sitting place or the place where you worship the Lord and you welcome the Lord. So you say the name of the asan. Whenever we are offering something to the deities, we say the name of the article and we address the Lord. Like we offer an asan, idam asanam, and then we show respect to Radha Krishna. Srim Klim Radha Krishna Bhyam Namaha, or for Mahaprabhu Klim Goraya Namaha. So of course that is mostly for those who are second initiated.
Yeah, we only do, at
Yeah.
least here,
Yeah.
we only do second initiative.
And then, yes. Okay. So the second is Prabho Kripaya Swagatam Kuru. Actually, so then telling my Lord that I'm welcoming you. Prabho Kripaya Swagatam Kuru. Please accept my words of welcome. Or Swagatam Suswagatam. You're welcome. You're most welcome. Suswagatam. Swagatam Suswagatam. You're most welcome. So Swagatam means to welcome. Suswagatam so means most welcome. And then afterwards, Etat Padyam, we wash the lotus feet of the Lord. So the 2 feet of the Lord we wash. And then afterwards, Idam Aragyam. So we give a special offering to the Lord in his hands. And usually, traditionally, when a guest is coming, you welcome and then you give him some gift. Argyam, that is Argyam. Afterwards, Idam Achmaniyam, water for sipping or for rinsing the mouth. Sometimes you may have a dry mouth or something, then you sip water. Of course, we do for purification. And so we give to Krishna. So Krishna is pure. But still, in this Achman water, when you offer to the deities, we have some cloves and nutmeg, which we will grind. And the powder is there, or some small pieces you can put. And it gives a nice fragrance. And then when you sip that, there is a nice taste in the mouth. After that, Madhuparka. Madhuparka. Madhu means honey. There's some milk is there and plenty amount of honey, a little yogurt, very little ghee, and some gur water or some sugar water, but yeah, to use some pure sugar. And so that is mixed together, so it is sweet, especially because a lot of honey is there and it is very tasty. That is offered to Krishna or to Radha Krishna Mahaprabhu. And then after, again, idam achmaniyam, again water for rinsing the mouth. This is the welcome of the Lord. That is the first part of the puja. Yes.
What is the, when we are offering Madhuparka, it's like when we say Arghyam is like a gift or something,
Yes.
welcoming gift. What is Madhuparka? It's just like a...
That is special, yes, a welcome drink. Yeah. Which is substantial. If you have a whole cup of that, then you're okay for some time. Yeah. 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 So that is there. When you welcome something, should be something sweet. And like, for example, when you have the Mahabhishek, sometimes in the beginning, we offer incense and ghee lamp, and we offer some sweets also, we may offer. And then after that, so the welcome is done, the first part, and then it is time for the bathing of the Lord. So usually we have bathing clothes for the deity, a gamsha, and then we have what is called also for Aranya, dress, a bathing dress. And then what we also do for the deities, because to keep them shiny, we polish them. You can take some yogurt also, and then some cotton, or you grind some tilak, and you add some lemon, and you make a paste. And then with the cotton, you rub this on the deity, and then they become shiny, and the cotton becomes black. So that is done. But then you don't have to do every day, but at least once a week. And then, but what we also do, we apply oil for massaging the Lord's body. Just like in the winter, sometimes you put oil on our body. Or the mothers in India, especially for the children, very often they massage the child's body and then they bathe the child. So that is part of the snanya. Snan, yes, snan. And then we bathe the deities with a conch shell, or we may use a lota also. Lota or a conch shell. And usually we bathe 3 times. And you can offer prayers or sing a song, or we may chant the Mahamantra.
With water or?
Water, yes. Only for Shaligram we maybe have more elaborate, and then we offer Panchamrit also. Or for Giriraj Shila, then we usually offer milk also. But for the deities, usually we just offer water, bathing with water. But what we do, we put some tulsi leaf, we put some fragrant flower, or also we may put some rose petals, or rose oil, or rose water. Okay.
They're just being bathed, so they
Okay.
put on his forehead.
Jai. Okay. Jai.
Yeah.
Jai. So,
So that's what he's talking about.
yeah.
The lemon is here.
And the tilak.
Lemon,
Okay, fine.
lemon,
That is done figoni Thai.
and then the cotton.
You are second initiated? You have Brahmin tribes? Okay, you also?
No.
No.
Him not. He
Okay.
goes a lot because he's Pujari assistant
Okay.
for learning, but he is second.
Brahmin
His
initiated.
wife also.
Also. Okay, fine.
And Vishabhanandini also,
Uh-huh.
him and me.
Okay, fine. And him also.
It's all much, no? You want? Mapa?
So much.
Okay, so the bathing is done, and of course we dry. Like for example, even putting the oil, massaging the deity, that is part of the snanam. That is a part of the abhishek. After that, we dry the body of the Lord, and then vastram, we offer the dress. Yes.
When we are bathing the deities,
Uh-huh.
is there any mantra that we are reciting?
We say idam snanyam, klim gauraya namaha, klim nityanandaya namaha, idam snanyam, sen klim radha krishnabhyam namaha. Like that, okay?
Radha Krishna?
Yeah. Krishna Bhyam. When there are two, you say Abhyam. Sen klim radha Krishna Bhyam namaha.
Yes, yes.
Okay? Yeah, then we offer the dress. Idam vastram. We say idam vastram. And then we offer the dress. And we put the dhoti, chadar, of course, kurta, chadar. Radhani has a lenga and the blouse, or sometimes sari also. And then we put the. Huh?
When we're offering Kantimala or the Brahmin thread to Gaurita, any
Idam upavitam. Idam upavitam. So yes. So 16 are mentioned, and so for example, like if you offer the oil, tailam, that is included in snanam, because 16 is a good number. And for example, upavit, that is a part of vastram, the dress or decoration. So 16 are mentioned, but usually there are more than 16. But because 16 is a good number, and then it's clear, 16 articles, Sodasapacha puja, like 16 rounds. Okay, I'm not supposed to move that. Huh? 16 rounds, 16 upachars. Afterward, idam abaranam. So these are ornaments. And like for example, we have what is called the choker around the neck. Don't put it too high, is also a way how to dress the deities nicely. Like you have something for the here for the neck, known as choker, but you should not choke the deity by putting it up here too high and too tight. It should be little down and should be a little loose, not too tight. So we have to be conscious and we have to get training. And for example, Krishna has a sash around and he has a belt, Radharani also. And then bangles here, tilak, Krishna Radharani also. And
Does Krishna also wear a Gantimala?
no, no, Mahaprabhu, not Krishna. No. And the tilak, like many times it is like in our temple, but Krishna doesn't have mostly this kind of tilak. Mostly it is just a red dot here. Kasturi tilakam lalata patale, bhaksastale kaustubam, nasagre varamoktitam karatale venu kankanam, sarvangahari chandanam sulitam kante chamuktavali, gopastri pariveshito vijayate gopala churamani. So he has tilak here on the forehead. So that is mostly just a dot. Tilak mixed with the musk of the deer, Kasturi Tilakam. And here he has a Kaustubamani, special jewel. Some say it is with a small calf, design is there. And of course then he has a pearl necklace, he has a pearl here, attached to a small gold ring going through the nose. And a beautiful pearl is there. And he has kundal earrings, and then he has a crown. But like Vishnu is straight, his body straight, his crown is straight, he's speaking straight, he's looking straight. Krishna is Tribanglalit, he's Tera, he's crooked, transcendentally. Tribanglalit, he's not straight, but he's like this, curved in three places. Tribanglalit, and Radharani also, she's Tribangi. And his crown is also not straight. It is also going towards Radharani. Or sometimes in two parts, one is bigger and the other side is smaller. And Radharani also, her mukut or chandrika is going towards Krishna, like this. So these are small things we should know. And yes.
Is there any order while decorating that Radha Krishna that first we have to keep like armbands, necklace, something like there is an order we should follow or?
Well, some kind of order is there. For example, you put the dot, you have to be practical also. Then you put the bracelet, ankle bracelets, and then you have the belt. First the cloth and then the belt. And then afterwards you hang the chadar nicely. And then you put the garlands. And then you put, actually before you put the garland, you have the necklace around the neck. And then you put the garland. And then you put the longer necklaces with the beads, and then you put the earrings. So this is practical also.
Yeah.
Because if you, common sense, because if you put the earring and then you try to put the garland, sometimes it comes off. Or you put the necklace first, and then it's difficult to put the garland. So you have to do it in a practical way. So that you will learn while doing, and especially usually we should watch from a pujari who is experienced, like who's in New York. So if you're good pujari, you learn fast. I was in New York, I was watching there, a proper disciple, Rambhadra. He had to go to India, so he asked me to learn quickly. One day I watched, the next day he told me to do, and he was watching me, and the third day I was doing. Haribol. He was gone. And then 2 days later, one devotee comes, I want to see Rambhadra, the head pujari. And he said, he went to India. What? He went to India? Who dressed the deities? I said, by Prabhupada's mercy, by his mercy, I dressed the deities. So they look exactly like when he dressed. So one in the first, we should learn from somebody who is good, and we do as he has been doing. And afterwards, Krishna will give you inspiration to do something else, which is then nice also. Yeah.
That's true for everything.
For everything, yes.
Like it says, Prabhupada says, a good leader is a good follower.
Right.
If you don't learn to follow properly, you will
Yes.
not be a good
No.
leader. You
For-
cannot.
no.
And you cannot also teach others
No.
because you don't understand what
Right.
is the essence of this relationship. That
Right.
first you have to surrender to a
Right.
person who's teaching you something.
Right. Yeah.
And then you can eventually, like you say, I use always the example of driving a car. When you're a beginner, you drive the car and you make sure you're still on the road, right? Because you are insecure. But then later on, when you know how to drive the car, you drive the car, but you look around, you talk, you do all these things, and you still see the red light, you have to
Right.
stop and all these things. So this is very, very important, especially nowadays, with devotees so many years back. They have completely different understanding, and this point is very difficult to explain and to teach them, unless someone is actually taking an attitude of acceptance.
Right.
It's very difficult
Yeah.
to actually make a proper advancement, quick advancement,
Right.
and then lasting advancement ultimately.
Yes. Of course, sometimes it's also a matter of purva samskar, previous impressions from previous life. Also, it depends uh, on the swabhav of the nature of the person also. That maybe not everyone will be inclined to be a pujari, be brahmanically inclined. And a matter of good fortune also. When I first came to Vrindavan, 1980, I was just 20 years old. So the first seva was cleaning the temple, morning, noon, and evening. That was for the new bhaktas. So I was doing that. And then later on, then we had, the assistant of the pujari. Like those who were first initiated, they were able to help in the kitchen. And even the pujari room, cleaning the deity's plates. So what happened? The devotee who was cleaning the Lord's plates, he broke his arm. And they didn't have anybody else. So they asked me to clean the deity's plates. Big fortune. Yeah, so good luck was there, definitely. Yeah.
Yes, Krishna makes arrangements,
Yeah.
We think that we are doing so many things, but really we're just being guided. We're just doing what we have to do and we're being guided, even though we are not aware of it. And then at the end, after so many years, and you look back and you think, how all this happened, because Krishna is and the spiritual was taking us by the hand and
Right.
guiding us.
And training us step by step, yeah. And then I was 3 years in India. Then my health was not good. I went to Switzerland, Germany, Singhachalam. So I learned more deity worship, and then I was pujari. And then I went to New York for Rath Yatra, for a visit for 1 month to see Rath Yatra. But then I was there, and they didn't have enough pujaris, so they asked me to help. Yeah. And then also, they needed somebody to preach to the Indian community because I'd learned quickly Hindi within 2 months. So then I was going there to the Indian community preaching them. And so then instead of spending 1 month there, I was there 3 years. But then after, 2.5 years, I was thinking I should go back to Vrindavan. But then they didn't let me go. But then on Balaram Purnima, I wake up and then I see Krishna Balaram before my eyes. And I knew, okay, now they let me come back. And then shortly after that, the management, the authorities said, now we got some devotees to help with the Diti Seva. We got somebody to preach, now we can go to India. And they made a forward party also, they paid my ticket. And yeah. And then I was...
This is Krishna Balaram's outfit.
Jai, yes. Okay, yeah.
Actually, Radha.
There is Radhesham, this is Radharani, this is not Krishna Balaram, this is Radharani. I was wondering because you were saying Krishna Balaram, but then I was thinking they don't have something.
No, yes,
This is
no,
the skirt.
But that's the outfit. That's
The same
they're
outfit.
wearing.
The same outfit. No. They were not wearing. They're wearing this, not this outfit, but the same dress.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not this. This is
Not
Radharani's.
that piece, but
Yes.
the same.
Right, same outfit.
Yeah.
So I touched that before you.
Yes.
Because I was dressing them. Even the picture there in the room, Radhesham. Yeah. Radhani ki jai.
So this is predestined that you are
Yeah.
coming here. Because we're already all prepared for many years. This
Yeah.
is here, I think, 15 years or more.
15 years.
And I have many of those
Okay, good.
different outfits. And we made the outfits for this day according
To
to
this design, yeah.
According to your outfit, yeah?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, the ladies usually they also in India. They check what outfit the deities will have the next day, and they will have a similar dress. Yeah. Because ladies like to have many saris. The man only have white, only saffron, maybe with some border.
But now they have borders and
Yeah.
colors.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Mahaprabhu told to the man, to the brahmacharis, to be simple. No borders, keep it simple. In South India they have, but in Northern India or in Bengal, they don't have the borders. Simple. Vairaga Vidya, Nija Bhakti Yoga, Sikshatamika, Purusha Purana, Sri Krishna, Chaitanya, Sharir, Dari, Kripambari, Aryasta Papantye. This is a verse by Sarvam Patacharya. Diverse Brahmi Hote Abend.
Since we're talking about that, can I ask you a question?
Sure, yeah,
You're wearing white.
yes.
You're married?
Yeah, I'm married, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a daughter also, she's 30 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And your family is in Vrindavan also with you?
Yeah, now they're in Mumbai. Yeah, my daughter, she stays since 2 years in Mumbai. My wife usually she's in Vrindavan. Yeah. But I travel here and there. So,
Thank you.
yeah. Yeah.
In as you were already saying about in South India, they used to
Yes.
have borders.
That is tradition there.
And that is,
Yes.
but they say that without border is usually worn for funeral rituals.
Yeah, or maybe, yeah, that is their understanding.
Actually,
Or for example, the widows, they have like white dress. But in Bengal, usually the saintly people, as Mahaprabhu told, Vairaga Vidya, Nija Bhakti Yoga. So simplicity is there. And renunciation, simple living, high thinking, as Prabhupada said. And so especially for the brahmacharis, sannyasis, or the brahmanas, usually in Bengal, they wear simple clothes. because Mahaprabhu, he was teaching simplicity in regards to eating, in regards to dressing, in regards to behavior, simple. Sarvata nishkapat bhav, a Vaishnavachar. Simplicity, non-duplicity. Simplicity and non-duplicious, not hypocritical. That is a Vaishnava. So that is a sign of simplicity and not to have borders. But as we say, it depends on the culture, it depends on the tradition. So in South India, all the Brahmanas, they have borders and they have their understanding. In Bengal, they have their different understanding. So we respect all and the different cultures.
And there's also Vanaprastha,
Yes, Vanaprastha.
who actually wearing white, but it was a border.
With the border?
Vanaprastha,
Yes.
ladies, for example.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Yes.
white, was a border.
Yeah.
The other problem is, depending on the fashion in Mayapur or in Vrindavan, you don't always get to buy what you actually need.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to buy what is available.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But mostly also Vanaprast. I mean, usually the ladies also they wear white, completely white. Mostly in Vrindavan and Mayapur. The mainly Bengali ladies, they come to Vrindavan, they stay there, they all wear white, completely white. But this is not a big issue. No, no problem. You may have borders also, but I mean, personally, I prefer to use plain clothes. So that is choice and yeah.
Which
Okay.
shloka you mentioned? Vairagya Vidya.
By Raghavida, that is by Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya.
Is it in Chaitanya?
No, that is why it is mentioned also there. Yeah. Vairagavida Nija Bhakti Yoga. Sikshatam Eka Purusha Purana Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sharir Dari Kripam Buddha Yasta Baham Papadye. Is offering his obeisances, is surrendering to him, expecting or praying for the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the Lord, when he has appeared to teach renunciation, to give knowledge, and to explain Bhakti Yoga. Sikshatam Eka Purusha Purana is Param Purush, but is except the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he's the Supreme Lord, but he came as a devotee. Vande Krishna Jagat Gurum, Vande Jagat Gurum, even Mahaprabhu is Jagat Guru. He came to personally, by his example, he came to teach renunciation. So he adopted the sannyas order. He entered the sannyas ashram in this world to teach that we should be renounced and then we should engage in devotional service. Okay? Yes.
Last question. Prabhuji, while decorating Sri Radharani, are we allowed to decorate her below her?
No, usually the ladies up to the navel. Yeah. The garlands, the necklaces. Yeah. Yeah. Or a little lower you can have the garland, but should not be too low. But she can have a belt. She has a belt also. But garlands, not too low. The necklaces should be more high. For Krishna, the garland can go up to his feet. And the necklaces, they can be lower also, a little longer. No problem. Yeah. Anything else? Okay. So, aparada that we explained yesterday also, aparada kshama mantra.
We have covered so far 10 upacharas.
Okay, 10 upachara, right? Okay, thank you. Yeah, aparami. So the middle part is the bathing, the giving the dress, and then the ornaments. That is the main part. And the third part is the puja, the actual worship. Panch Upachar Puja. 5 articles. First chandan, then pushpa, the flowers, and then dhoop. And usually when you do puja, 1 incense and 1 ghee wick, a lamp with 1 ghee wick. Eshadupa, Eshadipa, and then idam naivedyam. So when we have the artik, first we have a boga, and then we do the artik. When we do the puja, first we offer the flowers, then we offer the incense, then we offer the ghee lamp, And then we offer bhoga. So we offer, and usually we offer, it is known as naivedya, we offer fruits, dry fruits, nuts, or sweets. That is the offering when we do the puja.
Fruits, dry fruits,
Nuts and sweets.
and sweets.
Yeah. That is a traditional offering when you do puja. For example, sometimes there's some ceremony going on somewhere, and then you may also do puja, then you do the same thing. You sit down also and you do this puja. And sometimes you have the kalash, the what's called the water pot. Yeah, with the coconut. Then we do puja also sitting down. And we offer these 5 items also. Chandan, flowers, 1 incense, 1 ghee, and then some bhoga. And so now if you're not dressing the deities, like at home or even the temple, if you're not dressing the deities or are not bathing and dressing them, then we have to offer Panch Upachar Puja. Or even we could do Das Upachar Puja. We could do the welcome of the Lord, Asam, Swagatam, Padya, Argya, Achman, Madhuparka Punar Achmaniyam. But if that is also not possible, then you offer Panch Upachar. Chandan, flowers, incense, ghee, and bhoga. So that is offered. That is known as naivedya. So that you're offering, right? Before darshan in the morning, you have an offering. Yeah, you offer incense and ghee lamp also.
No, we
No.
just offer sweets and water.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
But what I wanted to say, I mentioned this before they came, before, is that one of the reasons why we wanted you to be here, or is we want to unify our standards for other pujaris to do the same thing.
Right, right.
And see where we can improve the standards.
Right.
Because in one sense, we do have quite I would say, in Klaman, a good standard, but it's not very sophisticated because we don't have so many people.
Right, yes.
But it takes years to train new people.
Right. And sometimes they go away.
And then they go away in the middle of it, so you start again, again and again. I've trained at least 100 people already. And eventually we're hoping to have more pujaris, more pujari assistants, so we can increase the standard, unify it and increase it and keep the standard.
Right.
Because there's no point improving if it's going to drop down again,
Yes,
because
definitely.
people are not taking responsibility. That's another topic, actually, that is quite important, I think, to understand the responsibility a person is taking by taking the second initiation and, so to say, promising to support the deity worship.
Right.
Otherwise, there's no reason why you need a second initiation. You can. So that's also very important that devotees understand that if I'm going to take second initiation, this means I'm supporting the deity worship, and this is a serious matter that cannot just be taken lightly. Okay, I feel like it, I do it, I have a headache, I don't do it. That's, maybe you want to talk about this also.
Yeah, of course, yes. Yeah, no, that is right. Yeah, so responsibility has to be there, dedication has to be there. So, and yes, and we have to be sincere and serious. So, as a devotee, and so commitment has to be there. And like, for example, after I got married, so I was doing some seva in the Gurukul, actually before I was married, but then we got married, arranged marriage in the Gurukul. But then, found it a little difficult. Then I thought, let me become pujari, because there was a need of a pujari. And then I expressed to one of the managers, and I had been doing seva there maybe 1.5 years. And he was telling me, okay, you want to change, okay, but you have to commit yourself. Like, for example, do it for, give some time, maybe 2 years or something. I said, okay, I will do for 5 years Pujari. And he said, okay, you don't have to say 5, but maybe 2, 3 years. I said, no, I do 5 years. And then after 5 years, I committed 5 more years. Again, after 5 years, it was 10 years, 5 more years. 20, 25, 30. And then I thought, anyway, whatever Krishna wants me to do. So then one time I told this senior devotee, so he told me 5 years. He told me some commitment, so I did 5 years, 5 years, 5 years, 5 years, now it's 30 years. I said, oh, I don't remember that I was asking you that. But I remembered. It was there, yes, commitment, and I committed myself. And dedicated, serious, sincere. So that should be done. Yeah.
It's just like if you give birth to it, you decide to
Right.
have children.
Yeah.
This means it's a commitment of
Right.
a lifetime, 20 years at least.
Yes.
You know, after they grow, they go
Right.
out of the home.
I was
But
just thinking the
you
same
cannot
thing.
just say after 5 minutes, okay, now I changed my mind.
Yeah.
You cannot.
No.
There's a responsibility that we are taking, and
Right.
it has to be followed through by.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just thinking the same thing, but I was thinking first about the marriage. First you get married, and that has to be commitment the whole life. And then you can have children when you're committed as husband and wife. And then you have the commitment that you will have a child and you raise up the child till the child is 20. The responsibility has to be there. And then, yeah, even so much so that sometimes it happened that the ladies especially, they were doing seva and then they got married, have a child, and then they could not do so much seva. There was one lady, she was doing some deity seva and then she had a child. And then she was crying to Prabhupada, Prabhupada, now I have a child, I cannot dress the deity so much anymore. And Prabhupada was saying, now your child is your deity. Krishna has given you this child, this responsibility, and these are special souls. So you take care of them nicely, just like you take care of the deities. Commitment is there. But if you can take care of the deities also is fine. But the first responsibility is the child.
So how I solve the problem?
Okay, you give it to your husband.
No, I trained my child.
Okay.
I trained him from later on to behave in a certain way.
Mm.
And then eventually he became the pujari of the family.
Okay, good.
And that's how, that's it.
Yeah.
Then we were able to continue everything. I didn't have to, of course, when I had to, my husband had to take care of the child.
Right.
Because I never left my child alone.
Yes.
And I never give my child to somebody else to watch.
Yeah.
Never, never. I always, especially in Iskconw.
Yeah. So your husband was helping you nicely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was, sure.
Yeah.
And then I trained the boy, and then eventually he became the pujari of the family.
Mm.
He grew up and everything until he left home, and then of course, then I had no baby anymore. I could take up the service again.
Mm.
But this is how also the parents need to train their children.
Right.
I can
Right.
see these two boys. Look, this boy is what, 12, 13, 12. He's sitting here for 2 days now listening.
Right.
Others are playing ball outside.
Ah.
You know, you are what, 17? 17.
And the second initiated. Yeah.
You know, and this is the result of a proper education in Krishna consciousness.
Right. Yes.
And this is what we did.
Right.
You know, we can write books about this, give ideas on how to help
Yes, sure.
situation.
Yeah. Yeah, fine. Yeah. Yes. Question.
On which kind of picture, this picture, enough for home of
Which deity's picture? Oh, well, yeah, you should have your Guru Maharaj, you should have the Guru Parampara, you should have the 6 Goswamis, you should have Panchatattva, and then it would be nice to have Radha Shama Sundara and Lalita Vishaka, and then it is complete. You can have, yeah, you can have Nishingadev also, yeah, on the side. That's enough, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Not that
Yeah, of course. Guru Parampara, Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta, Gaur Kishore, Guru Parampara. You Guru and then Guru Parampara. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, so who is your spiritual master? Who is your spiritual master? Bhakti Vikash Maharaj. Okay. I know him also since 45 years. First he was in preaching in Bengal. I met him there. Yeah. And yeah, so then you have a picture of Yugu Maharaj, and then Guru Parampara means Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta, Gaur Kishore, and the six Goswamis you should have also.
Next question, if possible. Every morning and every evening we are praying house. Praying to the God, to the Supreme Personality.
Morning and yeah, and evening.
And evening, yeah.
Yes.
And I have, for example, I have in my altar Pachakalpa and Radha Shyama Sundar. When I asking for what I said to God, I said to Shama Sundara or Radha Shama Sundara or Pachakalpa. What best?
Or prayers?
Yeah, prayers. Yeah.
Prayers, you do prayers to everyone, to your Guru Maharaj, to Rupa Goswami, to Mahaprabhu, to Radha Krishna. You should pray to all of them.
Same praying for each other.
No, different prayers. Prayers for Guru, prayer for Mahaprabhu, prayer for Krishna. Different prayers.
Yes, I'm different. I'm
Yeah.
I'm praying my desire for my
For your spiritual advancement. Of course. You can pray to Yugu Maharaj, you can pray to Prabhupada, please help me to advance. You can pray to Rupa Goswami, and you pray to Mahaprabhu also. Please let me develop your love for you. Please let me, and then you can pray to Mahaprabhu, please let me develop my love for Radha and Krishna. And then, so for when you pray to Guru also, please let me develop love for Mahaprabhu, for Radha Krishna. And to Radha Krishna you can pray, please, Krishna, let me develop love for Srimati Radharani. And to Radharani you can pray, please let me develop love for Krishna. Okay? Okay, fine. Yes.
Prabhuji, maybe you might share it later. I have a question regarding Tambulam.
Tambulam, yes.
So, good or bad, I don't know. Since many years, I have this desire that whatever the Lordship will get, maybe in Krishna Balaram Mandir, may that I can take. Yeah. But my question is it a good, as a devotee, should we have such aspiration or is it not good? What do we do after offering Tambul to the Lord?
Tambul, yeah. You offer respect to Tambul. Put it on your head, Chai, Tambul. And then you put it in with the flower garlands. Yeah. Because usually you're not supposed to take.
We talked about this when you were not here.
Yeah. Okay? Or some devotees, they take a little bit. Some devotees take a little more. Who like it? Like in Radharaman temple, they usually distribute. Many devotees there, they take. Even some devotees told me they took a little bit. One time I tried a little bit. Just a little bit. I wanted to see how it tastes. But it's okay. I mean, I like more some Rasgula, Rasmalai. It is a different taste. But it is a little intoxicating. It is a little intoxicating, so therefore you're not supposed to take the whole one and chew the whole one again and again.
It's okay to honor it as being Maha.
Yeah, you can honor, yeah.
You know?
Like a flower.
Yeah, of course.
That's it.
Yeah. We don't eat it.
Oh, again, you know.
No, that we don't do. No.
But the sweet pan is not intoxicating. No?
Well, I mean, different kind of pan, but the pan leaf also we don't leave. We don't take. No, the pan leaf we don't take. I think 2:30, I mean, yeah, I have to around a little bit. I have to drink some water.
Yeah, there's water right there.
Okay. Yeah, I need some warm water.
Okay, can you arrange for one more?
Yeah, half a cup of warm water, that would be nice. And then we'll meet at 6. There's a plan.
Yeah, we meet at 6 again.
At 6 again.
Again, try to be on time, so.
I mean, we're almost